Hey, today we'll be going a little bit on macro dieting and why you should be doing macro dieting. But before we do this, we have to first understand what are macronutrients. Here at MonkFit, we usually use a system known as if it fits your macros. And that's basically highly dependent upon an understanding of macros and the amount of calories that each macro brings. But before we go into all of that, we need to understand what a macronutrient is. There are 4 different types of macronutrients. I'm going to write them on the board for you right now. So the 4 macronutrients are fat, carb, protein, and alcohol. But because we don't really consume that much alcohol on a daily basis, unless you're from Trinidad, you're only concerned about fat, carb, and protein, which we get from our foods, right? Now, what's important is knowing the amount of each macronutrient it is that we are supposed to consume, right? And there's a simple formula for each nutrient. First of all, we have to start with your gender, your body weight, and your age, as well as your activity levels. To know how much calories that you need to eat, it's simple as going online on caloriecounter.com and plugging in each of these different biostats, and then you get the exact amount of calories that you need to consume on a daily basis, right? But let's use an example. Let's use myself. I am male, my body weight is 163, my age is 21, my activity levels is high because I work out 5 times a week for 2 hours, right? So now, because of all of these factors, I need something like 2,300 calories. I'm not sure if it's accurate, but it's for argument's sake. I need about 2,300 calories to maintain my body weight, right? To then gain or lose weight, I would have to increase my calories and to lose weight, I'd have to decrease my calories.
Science again.
Now, what's important to note, right, is that your body composition is dependent on how much calories you intake versus how many calories you burn. If it is that you intake more calories than you burn, then you are susceptible to storing extra energy as fat. And this fat is typically stored in the abdomen midsection. Some people store fat in the cheeks, some people store fat in the glutes, some people store fat on the hip. People store fat everywhere depending upon genetic makeup, right? However, if it is that you burn more than intake, then you will lose weight. So it's simple. All calories come from the 3 macronutrients, which are fat, carbohydrate, and protein, right? If it is that you intake more calories than you burn from these 3 macronutrients, you will gain weight. If it is that you consume these macronutrients but burn more than you intake, you will lose weight. Simple, right? Now let's take a look at it a little bit further. So we mentioned that each macronutrient brings calories, and all calories come from macronutrients, right? Fat has 9 calories per gram. Carbohydrates have 4 calories per gram, and protein has 4 calories per gram, right? Typically, the protein that we get, or that we need to get, is equivalent to about 0.36 multiplied by our body weight. So I'm going to use myself as an example. I weigh 163 pounds times 0.36. So my protein intake should be 58 grams of protein per day. The minimum should be 58 grams of protein per day. For carbs, carbs is simply 2 to 2.5 times your body weight. The variation of choosing carbs is dependent upon your activity levels. If it is that you do a lot of activity, like say you're a marathon runner or a track athlete, then your carbs will need to go up and your protein would not be that much of a concern, right? So for me, it would be 2 times 163, which would be 326 grams of carbs. And lastly, fats. What I personally like to do for fats is, after finding out your ideal amount of calories for your body weight, your gender, and your activity levels, what I like to do is subtract the remainder amount of calories after multiplying this by 4 and multiplying this by 4, which is the amount of calories for each gram, subtracting the calories that you get from both of these things, and then dividing that by 9. So let me do that for you. So this would be 326 times 4, which is 1,304. And then we're doing 58 times 4, which is 232. 2146, 3, 5. Ideally, I'm supposed to eat about 1,800 to 2,000 calories. So what I'm going to do is simply subtract my daily recommended calories from the amount of calories that I've already calculated, which is 270, and again divide that by 9, which will give me 30 grams. So ideally for me, I should be eating 30 grams of fat, 58 grams protein, and 326 grams of carb. So now that we understand what macro dieting is, and we understand if it fits your macros and the basic principles of nutrition, why is it that you should invest your time in learning how to count your macros? Well, it offers you some amount of flexibility. If it is that our fast food that we eat, which I don't recommend, our home cooked meals or candy does not exceed 1,800 calories, then there should be no reason whatsoever why you should gain weight, right? If it is that we could maintain a deficit through our activity levels, through what is it that we're eating, then we should be able to maintain a body weight or lose weight, right? Just remember that the protein that you need is 0.36 times your body weight. The carbs you need is 2 to 2.5 times your body weight. And your fats is the remainder of calories that you get by multiplying these by 4 divided by 9. Macro dieting is the way. If it fits your macros in the future, get started today and download the MyFitnessPal app and start tracking all your meals to track the macros that you need. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to this channel for more helpful content. Thanks for stopping by.